start than usual. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Well. Oh, yeah. Was there no Big Brother tonight? What happened? What? How do you give up on Big Brother? Oh, God. Okay, what is happening here? There we go. And let me full screen, make sure that's good. So no Big Brother, huh? Like, is it early season, mid season, end of the season? What's up? Yeah, man, I reckon. What's that? I'm a sloucher. I'll get it in. So no Big Brother, and then you said it's kind of early season. Oh, what? Do you win? Like money if you win? What happened? That's not even worth it anymore. Is that worth it? What season is that? Like 5 million? I remember it was kind of cool when it first started, and wasn't it like the second season that Tina? Wasn't that the Richard season 2? The guy that got yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't like any of them. Okay. All right. Well, it's the official start time here in less than a minute. So let's go ahead and get started. Upper left corner. He gave up his ticket to the AEW Grand Slam event tonight at Arthur Ashe Stadium in his town of residence, just so he could be here and talk about his love for the Vols. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Peacock. Next, is that Kyle? You had front row seats, man. You know. Come on. Yes, thank you. Next, top right. He is the reigning and defending barbecue ribs smoking world champion, Mr. Caleb. How you doing, Caleb? Heard you got. I mean, I don't know. I think they're overrated. I'd rather just have a hunk of meat that didn't have a bone in it. But Caleb, we heard you got a special shirt on. Let's see it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What does that mean? What does that mean? All right. Bottom right, he's already on a jet plane heading to the most remote part of the world, so he can't hear or see anything about the Vols versus the Gators. Mr. Chris, how you doing? Well, yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. Tennessee Played Tennessee Tech on Saturday at noon. 156. Apparently we did. I don't know. God, I'm so sick of these. Sick of these games. Yeah. 56-0 though. So let's have a little debate here. Kyle, last week you said we would win 38-10. Not even in the running. Caleb, you said 49-0. That's close. Chris, you said 52-3. And you kind of declared yourself the winner Saturday night, which I had my concerns. I said 59-0. So who do you think wins? Me or Chris? I tried to tell you though that this Tennessee Tech team is terrible. Like terrible. I tried to tell you. But at least three of us or two of us. Caleb wasn't even in the running. He 49-0. He was 7 points off. No, he said 52-3. So no, I would have been over because I said 59. Thank you. I just wanted to tell you. Okay, I was just getting that out of the way. Also, Kyle, you said Evans was the MVP. Caleb, you said Tillman. Chris, you said Joe Milton. Actually, he might have been. And I said Javonte Payton. So I think that was my supporting evidence for winning that. I think Payton had that touchdown catch, but no, yeah, anybody that sat through that. We'll get to it. Yeah, he looked good in those street clothes. We obviously at the last week's recording we didn't know that Milton wasn't going to play, so a lot of our predictions were with him. But anyways, anything about Tennessee Tech? Anybody care? No. Yeah, I talked about this a little bit ago before we came on here, but we were 4 for 5 on fourth downs. Like, we went for it on fourth down 5 times against Tennessee Tech. Why are we get? We ended up doing it. Yeah, I had the number in front of us, but I didn't. Yeah. So we only had 417 yards on offense, only averaged 4.3 yards per carry. I think that was my biggest letdown, was that our running game was just terrible. Terrible. Evans came back, only 15 carries, 41 yards. Can't do that against Florida. Can't at all. Yeah, I just wrote that we were horrible on third down, and then 4 for 5 on fourth. So, what do you guys think? How did Hendon Hooker do? Good game, indifferent because it was Tennessee Tech. Yeah, a lot of Tony callers too. Well, did that surprise you since Milton wasn't dressed that they waited so long to go to Bailey? It felt like he was never going to get in the game, and then finally when you did, like, nobody cared because you were checked out for 2 quarters already. So, are you surprised how long it took them to switch it up? Yeah, that's one of the things we need to talk about. But you never want to trust, coach talk. You never. Fans are always right. Backup quarterback's always the most popular guy. Well, I think now we have kind of a roadmap to read how Heupel talks about these people after seeing Bailey play. So that is something good to note. Yeah, yeah. Well, TBA, TBA. Okay. Um, which quarterback gives us the best chance to win? Oh, oh, Kyle. All season, which quarterback do you think gives us the best chance to have the best season? Like ever? I mean, he hit one 40-yard one, didn't he, to Tillman? Okay. All right, Caleb. Really? Okay, Chris. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think it's light years that Joe Milton is the best guy. I mean, I honestly do. Like that's the way I feel. Like seeing Hooker get like I did. I think I think he can redeem himself. I hope he does. I mean that's just my feeling. Like watching Hooker out there, like, if that was a decent team, I mean, he would have had 120 yards, couple picks, and maybe ran for 30 or 40 yards with probably two fumbles. I mean, he had that one where I don't know, it looked like terribly painful, where he just got spun around and ended up fumbling the ball. Like, I don't know, it didn't look like he was an SEC quarterback to me, and that's why just seeing Milton, like that guy screams like SEC quarterback, and who I think would give us the best chance. So that's my take. Any more quarterback talk? Hasn't he already? Didn't he already transfer to Liberty? Right, right. Yeah, that is something I've thought about, is where he would factor into this. But on the topic of offensive line, have you guys been impressed with the offensive line this year, Kyle? Okay, Caleb. No. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, I'm the same way. Hopefully Cooper Mays is that missing link, and hopefully he plays. I don't know. High ankle sprain. It's a tough one to come back. I could potentially see this being another one that they're just gonna sit out, wait for him to heal just a little bit more. But oh man, I hope not, because we've got to be able to run the ball, I think. No. All right, let's move on from Tennessee Tech. Well, we're gonna talk about it. So, okay, it's Tennessee versus, yeah, the mountain has moved. um, so last week, Kyle, you said the Vols had a 30% chance. You said 20% at 7 o'clock, but we just stuck with your 30. Caleb, you said 30. Chris, you said 0, and I asked you yesterday if you were still 0, and you said you had turned your hiking gear in and you were on the plane home. So Chris is off the mountain. Kyle and Caleb are a third the way up, and I think I'm still 50-50. You win or you don't. I'm halfway up. I'm building a fire, setting up camp for these two to come on up. Chris, I mean, come on now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it certainly is. So, Kyle, you still at that 30% mark? Okay, let's discuss one of the factors that will play into what this number is. Oh no! What the heck? Desktop audio. Hang on. No way. You still at that 30% mark? Oh, okay, let's. God. Well, no. Why? There's no reason for that to change. Like, what? Ah. Still looking. What?
They can't hear a thing.
It should be able to now.
Test.
Let's box the whole
So,
episode.
You want to just start over?
Let's just go right into
I mean-
Florida.
Well, let's just pretend
I mean,
our Tennessee Tech talk was
Okay,
muted.
they
Maybe
can
that's
now. They can now. It's
there's
good
probably
now.
something meant by that.
It's good now.
yeah, we can add that into the
Well,
story.
I'm recording it, so I'll edit it out as well. But
Edit that out, then.
okay, well,
You know, it's week 4 issues. You know, every week we got to iron out our issues. That's fine.
I'm gonna find
You
a
know?
different program other than Discord.
Hey,
for
Matt,
next
hey,
time,
we're-
'cause-
We found out our mistake like 15 minutes earlier this week, so we're getting better.
Yeah,
We may.
it's year 0. You know, it's year 0 of the podcast.
All right. So, welcome. Yes, we're back finally. So Mountain Talk. The Gators look like they're about to get just run off the field by Alabama. Ended up losing by 2. What was it, 31-29, correct? They failed on that 2-point conversion. So, last week, Kyle, you were 30% on the Mountain. Caleb, you were 30%. Chris, you were 0. And I was 50%. That we can beat the Gators. So, after seeing that Florida versus Alabama, what are you still at the same point, Kyle?
I'll say yes, but less hopeful. You know, like I'm still there, but yeah, I think it's gonna. I don't know. I'm interested to see how Florida reacts to their emotional loss. Because think about it, if they if they hit that the PAT in the first quarter, they don't have to go for it on 2. They kick a field goal for the tie. You know, so who knows how they react? Maybe it's an emotional loss. Maybe Emory Jones can play up to the talent better than he can play down to the talent. So maybe he just throws some picks, and I think it's a lot about them screwing up to give us a chance.
All right, Caleb.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm at 45%. I'm feeling good. All right. For the reasons Kyle said, Florida put everything into last week. They don't care about us at all anymore. They beat us 15 out of the last 16 or whatever in the world it is. They do not care about our game. They're licking their wounds. They're looking forward to the rest of the season. They're trying to get to Atlanta. They're not thinking about us. We're gonna go out there and surprise them.
Florida's trying to get to Atlanta? I mean, they're looking past Georgia?
No, they're not looking. They're looking to Georgia. I mean, that's what they think is they beat Georgia. They're in Atlanta.
To them, it's them or Georgia. It's not us.
Yeah. Chris, how you feeling after last week's Florida-Bama game? Still on your way home?
I feel like you all are doing the thing that every Tennessee fan does every single year. They watch a handful of Florida games, try and peel back the curtain, read between the lines, do their magic voodoo, and say, well, we got a chance to beat Florida. Florida's beatable. They ain't got it.
And they usually are beatable. And we just suck.
Yeah, they are.
By us. Not by us. Never. This is futility. This is utterly hopeless.
So you think
They played
0%, there's not 0.0001% chance that we can beat Florida?
No.
Okay.
There's none. It's not going to happen.
Chris, Alabama ain't that good.
Alabama is still Alabama. Florida played them off their feet.
That's what I want to know. What do you think was the turning point in that game? Because Alabama was just doing whatever they want. It looked like Alabama, typical primetime slot. I mean, yeah, it was 3:30, but big game. Everybody's watching, and they just do what they want, and that's what it looked like. Do you think that was more of Florida's adjustments or Alabama just kind of saying, another day, we're up this big, we'll kind of take it easy.
I think it's an indicator that Florida is probably pretty good.
Even on defense, though, God, they were getting
Yes.
shredded. Well, I mean, their defense is pretty bad.
They were terrible last year. And it's the same dude, Todd Grantham, but they talked all offseason about how much better they were going to get. Now, who cares about that, obviously?
Yeah.
But it's been in the pudding. They have been a good defensive team.
So they give up about 100 yards running per game. And I think they've beaten Florida Atlantic University and the University of South Florida. And I think FAU scored 14, South Florida scored 20. So I think that shows that they can be scored against, and you can, move the ball. But, I mean, still, it's Florida. They got elite talent there. We're going to have to show up. So
A team of 5-star receivers scored 10 points on them in 3 quarters.
Who's that?
Well, they've not seen the Tennessee Volunteers.
Yeah.
Chris, we're fans of the Tennessee Volunteers.
We
We're ain't analysts. We're fans.
we don't even have a receiver with 100 yards this year.
Do we have a
will.
receiver with 50 yards this year?
Yeah, one has 99, I'm pretty sure. So we're getting close.
Who's that?
I don't remember.
Peyton?
Yeah, it might have been. I'm not sure.
Him or Tillman? They're the only two.
All right, so Chris,
okay.
0%?
I'll explain it as this. I have been burnt by this one too much. This one is just, it's all the emotions. It's all the problems. It's the worst week of the year, every single year. It's pure dread. I don't get any joy from it. The only joy comes from any indicator that we might somehow subvert my expectations. And then they're
Chris,
immediately dashed. I
you
can't
gotta let
do it.
yourself-
I won't do it
Nope.
this year.
Chris,
I won't do it.
Listen, you have to let yourself get burnt again.
Can we?
Yeah,
have to
I mean,
do
what's one more time? What's one more time?
Chris, can
What's
we
one
tell
more
your
Chris.
story of the 2016 Tennessee-Florida game?
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going.
Tell me how. As you remember it.
Caleb, you go.
I mean, the short version is Chris walked out on the Vols at halftime in 2016 and didn't get to
Damn
enjoy
right.
it.
I feel like it was first quarter.
It was at halftime.
They were up 21 to what? 3?
Yeah, it was halftime.
We were booing until we were blue in the face.
I feel
We were
like it was
furious.
earlier. I think
We
they
were-
scored that third touchdown and you left.
It was as soon as they were running off the field, I said, I can't handle this. We were packed like sardines in BB. It was
miserable.
95 degrees. I was standing sideways at 300 pounds with another 300-pounder rubbing his arms up against me. I said, I have water and beer and other stuff at the tailgate. I'm gone. I don't care.
In hindsight, that does sound good.
And you know what? It worked.
It did.
All right. We need Chris to be all the way out. Okay, then we're going to win.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the last.
Well, we need to be
yeah.
out at.
Yeah, the
We
last
need to be
time I was-
him to be out at halftime.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to muster 0.1% to go down to nothing at halftime. I'm out now. I've been out all off season. This is not going to happen. I would like to. I don't understand how you think it will.
I'm just
Given-
saying it might.
It's,
Florida is look. They played a great game, but they're not going to play 2 great games in a row. I don't believe it. They were like a 24-point favorite against LSU last year, and they lost.
that was something that Kyle brought up. The idea that they got this close to beating Bama, who's been, the whole league's nemesis for the better part of 10 years.
Yeah.
I think that getting that close and losing is actually better than them winning because they don't have I mean, they have a certain amount of confidence, but it's not what it would have been if they would have won. So I think it actually plays into our favor. And I'm sick of people complaining about the time. Like, who cares if it's 12? I mean, just play the dang game. You guys care about the time? Kyle, you do know.
I mean, I think our chances go up for an upset if it was a noon. I think as just to catch them like sleepwalking a little bit out of their gator walk or whatever they do.
The chomp stomp.
Yeah. Jesus. No, I just think that they're gonna. I think that it's hard for me to believe that, especially if their backup QB plays, my chances go way down. But if they play Emory Jones for the most of it, I think we got a better shot. And I don't think he plays 2 good games in a row.
That is another thing. Like, Florida did that without this, special weapon backup quarterback. He didn't play a single down, did he? It was the Emory Jones show.
Miami.
I think it's a great point, Kyle. I still do not believe in Emory Jones. Maybe he'll end up being amazing the rest of the season, but I just think back to 2000.
He was still mediocre.
I think
didn't throw for a touchdown.
The 2018 Auburn game when Jarrett Garantano had like the game of his life. That was the exception.
Yeah. Yeah,
Emory
Emory Jones used up all his magic.
Emory Jones is way better than Jarrett Stidham.
Oh, God. Oh.
You're deluding yourselves, guys.
Chris, it's a
And it's
you were about to as well.
And you're not having any fun while we're over here having fun, Chris.
Oh, I'm having a hell of a time. I love watching you all walk down the path to hell. You're just.
What's funny is you do it too. You just join us this time. Just join us.
I can't allow it. Like,
Chris,
I'll do it for Alabama.
When's the last time you thought we had a chance to beat Florida?
2016. No, 2017. No, 20. Not 20 or 19. I would say 18. We were walking from 11th Street to the stadium. Caleb nearly dragged me to the ground. He was we were going to win. They suck. They're terrible. We have a real offense now and a defensive-minded coach. It's gonna happen.
Oh gosh.
So, but
Chris,
what would
have to happen in the game to get your hopes up?
Tennessee to be up by 35.
Oh no! You'd be happy.
I'll be happy with a 7-0 lead and say, okay, let's see what happens. I really do expect that the first quarter trend that they've established will hold up. I bet we are like tied at the end of the first, or maybe ahead 7-3, 10-7, something like that. I bet we play pretty well out of the gate. The scripted plays are pretty good. It's kind of why I like Heupel so far. What they practice and what they work on, they seem to execute pretty well. After that,
yeah. All right.
who knows?
So, speaking of scoring, the latest lines is Florida's favored by 18.5, and the over/under is.
That went down. That went down.
Yeah,
Money coming in on the Vols, huh?
Sure.
Kind of a crazy line, and the over/under on.
Wasn't it like 23, 22, something like that?
Started at 20.
Yeah.
20.5.
But the over/under on points scored is 63. So let's get a score prediction. Kyle, Tennessee, Florida, Saturday, 7:00, ESPN. John Madden, Pat Summerall on the call. Joe Buck, sideline reporter. What do you got? God, what an awful
34, 28, Tennessee. Just because.
Yes, Caleb.
I'm going 42-40. Big Orange.
Oh, the baby. Oh.
This is great, Chris. Join us. The water is fine.
70-0.
48-21 Florida.
All right, probably most realistic. Shout out. I'm going to say.
I-
I'm going to say 38-34 Tennessee. Okay. So,
Oh, yeah.
so
You're insane.
okay, we'll see. Gotta play the game, Chris. Gotta play the game.
You don't know.
We
You
do
don't know.
have to let it play
Okay.
out. We can't forget that we need to let it play out.
So-
How do you know for sure? How do you know for sure?
3 of the 4 of
Hey,
us
well,
Shout
I
out to
say
Roger.
picking the Vols to win. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
in this stretch,
Seems odd.
but here in this 15 game stretch or whatever, like half the time we actually had the better team and lost. So
That's-
maybe because they have the better team, we win this time.
Maybe we go
That's
to
how it
the
works.
playoff.
Now that I think about it, we're gonna lose. Okay, Chris,
Oh my God.
I'm there with no. We're
Yeah.
gonna win. We're gonna win. We're always gonna win, though. We never do. So
I would like to know
Hey, you can't-
what is if the win happens. How does it happen? Argue me this.
in the ugliest, most unconvincing fashion that you could imagine, to
Is
where
it
we're like,
simply
oh,
just-
well, hell, we gonna beat Alabama State? I don't know.
We get a score or two on defense or special teams. So let's say I say we need like 10 to 17 points by special team and defense, and yeah, I think we'll be good because I think Milton has to hit some long bombs.
Caleb, in your mind's eye, how do we win?
I mean, I don't think we even need defensive points necessarily. I think we hit a few of the open receivers been open all season.
That's
And-
true. God. They've
I mean,
been running
Chris,
wild, haven't they?
Chris got some
Honestly,
hiking gear out.
We've got to hop on them early and then just hold on for dear life.
Florida's going to be holding on to our necks, choking us and bleeding and dying on the. Ugh.
All right.
I mean, okay, that's viable. I mean, like the things that we do well, are we going to be able to do them against Florida?
What do we do well?
What do we do well?
Get open.
Get open.
We get open. We tackle on punts and kickoffs.
We've had really good special teams.
We're
So-
100% on field goals.
Kind of in line with this question, what group or position do you think has to play the best to give us the best chance to win? Like offensive line,
Quarterback.
quarterback. Okay, Kyle.
Yeah, quarterback.
Okay, Chris.
I mean, for the sake, quarterback seems to be obvious, but we have got someone has got to lock down their receivers. Theo Jackson has to have a good game. They were throwing
We
it all
need,
over
a
the
turnover.
place.
I think
We need to force some turnovers.
more than
Yes,
quarterback, I would think the offensive line. Just because it's two-headed stone or kill two whatevers with whatever, one stone. You get the running game going and you keep Milton off his back. So I think the offensive line would make more sense. What do you think?
He has time to throw.
Does he?
He's had plenty of time to throw. He just stands there.
Yeah.
He scans. He thinks about class. Oh, it's hot out here. Bam!
No, he's got the old hangover meme where Allen's doing the formulas while gambling. But my pick's actually going to be defensive line. I think if those guys can get some pressure and stop Florida's rushing attack, I think that'll.
Yes.
that'll
I'm glad we're getting to know if Byron Young is any good or not.
Yeah.
Well, here's one thing that someone brought up that I kind of agree with. I would sacrifice getting pressure on the quarterback because in order to like stay back and play defense, I'd rather bet on him making a bad throw than we getting pressure on him escaping and running all over us.
Yeah.
So I don't care if we get any sacks. I'd rather just like, hey, don't rush the quarterback, just guard everybody and make him throw the ball.
Was it 2001 that we went down there and ran that, what was that defense called? The Predator or the Prowler, where the linemen were just like basically being linebackers on the line of scrimmage. Man, that was, oh. Well, okay, let's kind of go off topic.
I think I want to amend it. Now that I remember that Florida ran for like 250 yards, it's got to be the defensive line and linebackers somehow. Got to find a way to contain it. Sorry. Continue.
What was your favorite UT Florida game that you've seen?
Oh, I don't know. There are so many happy memories. So many happy memories.
I mean, mine's 98.
98.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, for me, it's hard not to say like Juwan Jennings and over Jalen Tabor, but I hate those Smoky Grays.
Yeah, I think Florida's does.
And Florida didn't have their traditional Gator script helmet that I hate. I'm going to go with 01 on mine, though.
Yeah.
I mean, just Travis Stevens. I'll never forget that dude running that day. Like, oh, my gosh. What a
Did anyone else go to Tom Black track that night with me?
No, I remember watching the news coverage of, like, fans meeting them at the airport and then at school when they got back. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I'll never forget Casey Clausen walking right in front of me with the rose in his mouth. Oh, it's great.
What happened next week? Did we take that rose with us into the finals of The Bachelor on ABC? No. All right, you guys want to do some over-under? So, recap from last week. Attendance, 75,000. So, I kind of posted on this in the chat, but they announced like 80,000. Are we buying that?
Yes.
What?
Well, a person on the radio today said that he didn't think there was 50 to 60,000.
I know the upper
but he's
deck
a dentist
was
in
completely almost empty. Oh, gosh, was almost empty, and they announced 82 for Pitt. There is no way that was 2,000 less than Pittsburgh.
We need to just ask Jimmy Holmes what he thinks. He always has exact attendance number.
So I'm taking the under. I'm saying there were under 75,000. Any objections?
Free country.
I'm objecting. We're going by the announced attendance.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we agreed by what on the first week. Whatever they announced is what we're going to go by, right?
Okay. Well, I got to amend my standings here. Yeah, we'll get to it. Okay. Anyways, so 75,000 is what we set it at. Kyle, you took the under. Caleb, you took the under. Chris, you and I took the over. So I guess congratulations, me and Chris. Quarterbacks played. 2.5 we set it at, and there were only 2 since Milton didn't play. Kyle, you took the over. Caleb, you took the under. Chris, you took the over. And I took the under. Punts, we set it at 3. Or punts by the Vols, we set it at 3, and there were 4. Kyle, under. Caleb, over. Chris, over. And me, under. Theo Jackson, tackles, 7. He had 3. Kyle, under. Caleb, under. Chris, under. Matt, under. Good job, everybody. Takeaways by the Vols, we had 1.5. We had 4, which was great to see, finally. Kyle, you took the under. Caleb, you took the over. Chris and myself took the over. Evans, 120 yards. He had 41. Kyle, you took the over. Caleb, you took the under. Chris, you took the under. And I took the over. Milton overthrows. We all took the over, but he didn't play, so... UT sacks, we set it at 3. We had 4. Kyle and myself both took the over. Congratulations to us. Suplexes, I didn't see any. Did you guys see any suplexes?
Nope.
Okay. Kyle and myself took the under. Caleb and Chris took the over. Penalties by the Vols, we set it at 7.5. We only had 3, thankfully. And Kyle, you and myself took the under. So, for the season now, since we take that one out and switch it, we have a tie for the lead. Actually, we have a 3-way tie for the lead. Kyle, Caleb, Chris, all with 13, and I have 11. Oh, man.
What are we going to get at the end? What does the winner get?
I don't know. Whatever Chelsea goes and picks up at the store. We'll figure it out. So this week 4, we're keeping it to only 5 of them. Joe Milton, 250 passing yards. Kyle, under and over. Under or over?
Under.
Under. Caleb?
Over.
Chris? I love when Caleb gets like this. Under. Okay, I'll also take the over. Okay, we got under, over.
Yeah.
Vols offensive yards, 400. Kyle, under or over?
Over.
Chris?
Well, under.
Oh, Chris.
I'm gonna go under. Hedge a little bit there.
Right, I went out of order there. And myself, I'm taking the over. Number 3, Vols third down percentage. Been struggling with it, 35%. Will the Vols be under or over 35% on third downs? Kyle?
Over.
Over. Caleb?
I'm gonna say under, but I really don't think we're gonna see too many third downs. We're just gonna be hitting those balls on first and second downs. So.
Chris?
We just score on first and second down every time.
Clearly under.
Under. I'm taking the over. Going to be 7 for 7. Number 4, penalties by the Vols. 5.5. Kyle?
We're playing Florida,
Over.
Kyle.
In the swamp.
I said over.
I heard they pay the referees. Caleb?
Over.
Chris? Over. All right, well, at least we show some life. I'll take the under. I think we only had 3 against Tennessee Tech. We're good there.
So disciplined.
This last one I kind of reached on. I was running out of ideas. Florida backup quarterback Anthony Richardson, touchdowns, 1.5. Kyle?
Over.
Oh, God. Okay. Caleb?
Under.
Under? Yeah. Chris?
Under.
You feeling okay? What's going on? I'll also take the under. All right. So we got that one. So it's anybody's ball game now. 3-way tie. I'm coming back after that first week, not getting any of them. So probably the strongest one right now, I would say. Just my opinion, though. All right. Let's get Vol trivia, and then we'll wrap it up with our gripe and whatever else we got. Okay, you ready for your trivia question? It's about wide receivers for the Vols. So there are 21 UT wide receivers with at least 100 catches. Which receiver that has at least 100 catches has the highest average yards per catch? So 21 receivers all time, 100 catches. Who has the highest yards per catch? I'll give you a hint. He played since 2000, so it narrows it down just a little bit, but we're not talking about some obscure,
I'll go.
Old-time guy.
Kelly Washington.
Okay.
Dang it, Kyle.
Yeah, that was mine.
Caleb.
I was going to say Kelly Washington, but I'll change it just for the sake of the podcast here and say Cordero Patterson.
Okay. Chris.
That's a good one.
He probably doesn't have 100 catches, so I'd like to change my answer and say Robert.
Go back to
Robert
I'm still
Meacham.
thinking.
Okay. Chris.
Robert Meacham's also a good answer. Who was a long ball guy? Stallworth was
I was
a
thinking
slot.
of another one.
You're onto something there, Chris.
Who was the long ball guy? Josh Malone.
Okay.
I was thinking Justin Hunter too.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, just had a...
That's who I was.
Marcus Callaway
Kelly
had
Washington.
a ton of long balls.
Oh, that's true. Not doing great on my fantasy team though.
Sorry, reporting a guy in chat for hate speech real quick. Okay.
What'd he say?
Something about Jews and Hitler. Yeah.
Hey, Bo.
So what was the trivia?
Wait, who'd you say, Chris?
Hey, Bo.
You said Malone, right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said. Hey, Malone.
Denarius Moore. He had 112 catches, 2,004 yards, 18 touchdowns, 17.9 yards per catch. So that was that long ball guy. He had a great year under Kiffin here.
Yeah, hero of the UAB game too, if I remember correctly.
He dropped that one in the Peach Bowl against
Didn't
Tech.
he get carried off the field at UAB overtime?
That was Matt Sims, wasn't it? Or they
No.
put both of them up there.
I don't remember that as much as I remember that UAB
I remember
kicker.
when we played
Evan Kipp.
UAB when Dooley was here, 2010. We beat them in double overtime, and they carried Dooley and Matt Sims off the field on their shoulders.
Was it Matt Sims?
Yeah.
Thought it was.
I remember Denarius Moore.
I remember Denarius catching it in the end zone. They ran down, picked him up, and rootied him.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I tend to try to forget those years. All right, so 7 o'clock Saturday. Last thoughts on the Vols in Florida. Kyle, how much you hate the Gators? A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a lot. I don't know what else to say. I hate them.
Yeah. Caleb?
A lot. Many hates.
2 a lots. Okay. Many hates. Yeah. Chris, we know you love the Gators, but for a second, can you
Former Florida resident.
pretend to hate
Enough hatred that it is probably actually IRL emotionally scarred me. That it is just a burning, seething, white-hot hatred. I get really, totally, utterly irrational with...
No, you don't, Chris. You've been incredibly rational tonight.
Well, that's what I was about to say. We're probably going to win 33-30. True Tennessee fashion. Bloodbath McGrath kicks it at the end.
Oh, yes. Man, he's good. He's good. Yeah, for me, there was nothing like that. That orange helmet with the blue script Gators on it, that is just the most hated thing for me. Like, every time I would see that as a kid. And Spurrier, he was just like the biggest crybaby. Like, God, I hate Florida so much. I miss the old school days when, every week, like, yeah, today we say it's Florida Hater Week. But back then, it was Florida Hater Week. They had T-shirts made that were sold out in a couple days,
The kids...
Yeah, what's the WWK shirt say this year?
Do they still do those?
Haven't been around.
Yeah.
Thing
What do
I
y'all
hate
think was what was the peak Florida week in your mind? Forget the game. What was the peak Florida
That's
week
easy.
leading up to
Real easy. 2012.
2012? Wasn't incredible.
12. Is that when we played them in Neyland, like 7:30 on ESPN?
Yeah, game day was there. We were back.
God.
That was the first
Was that the
time-
Tyler Bray 3-0?
Oh, yeah. Ranked versus ranked, Kyle. Smokey's ass on screen. It was the first time in law school. Everybody came over to my apartment. Big old party. And I was just ready to exercise a lot of demons. And I ended up...
Who's the Florida? No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, I ended up literally, physically, with everyone still in my living room. I laid in my bed, closed the door, turned the lights out, and people had to come in and like nurse me. They brought me water. I was playing Gustav Mahler. I, I was utterly destroyed. One by one, they came in and, "Are you okay?" I said, "All right." No, it's never all right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyle. Yeah,
No, I interrupted you.
real
No,
to me.
I was trying to think about. Is that the game that Florida tight end had like 300 yards receiving? Who
Trey
was it?
Burton. Yeah.
Trey Burton. Yeah. I mean,
Was
he
that,
just like every catch was like a 40-yard touchdown for him.
I mean, AJ Johnson is still trying to get to the edge. Kurt Magette
What's
too.
your
Oh God.
What's your most hilarious Florida game moment of all time?
I think the
There's-
2000 was it 2000? Yeah, 2000. The touchdown catch in the end zone that was just
I
immediately.
didn't find that hilarious, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd
now,
agree.
like back then, it was like it was different, but now looking back at knowing the future that the series would become, it's like, oh, should have known then that nothing mattered. We're just always gonna suck
I think-
against them.
For me, it was out of anger, complete anger, and just red anger. But I busted out laughing as soon as they completed the 4th and 14.
I
That's
didn't
up there.
watch that game, and I've never seen
Yeah.
him play.
It was just like as soon as he called it and he spun, I was like, "Oh God,
I
he's
think
scoring!"
that's why I'm.
And I
still
just started
watching
the
it.
whole time he was running to the end zone. I was laughing.
he didn't just spin, Kyle. Two of our guys ran into each other.
Well, but he like turned back, caught it, and as soon as he turned around and run to the sideline, I was like, "Oh, it's over."
No,
I think it, for me, maybe, was it Alex Ellis in 2018?
That fumble.
okay. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Just the most beautiful fake. Wasn't it a fake field goal or fake punt?
What was it? I think it was just a halfback or like just a pass
I
to
thought it
the
was a fake
rail.
field
Or
goal.
no, it was a rail route or a wheel route or something.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
And his mama was just so. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh.
And she got death threats.
Oh, Vol fans.
I think also my funniest moment was that game. Chelsea and Caleb had a friend who went to Notre Dame. And he was there fully in the excitement with us, tailgating all day, and just the how the color went out of all of our faces. How like the searing heat under the overhang just evaporated all hope. And we were like, we hope you enjoyed the game. We hope this was a good taste of our dear university and our beloved football team. Please take it back to Indiana with fond memories.
He said he loved pregame. It was really fun.
I love pregame. Don't we all love pregame?
Yeah, we do get a long pregame for the 7
What?
o'clock kick.
Oh.
I was like, at least we get a long pregame because like we'll be heavy medicated.
That's why I
Come
don't
to
like
Knox.
noon games, because if you do get an upset, like for the rest of the day, it's kind of just a footnote. It's like, oh, 10-second update here. Oh, but look at this one play. Yeah, Tennessee upsets Florida, and like, but when it's at night, you get the lead in on Sports Center and stuff.
Yeah, but if it's at night, your Basilio is not going to go quite as long. If it's at noon, you might go all
That's
day.
why we come on here and finish.
What did we do? Do you remember what did we do after we beat Florida in 2016?
We went to that tailgate for quite a while, and then we went to that pizza place.
We sat in almost silence and played a little bit of cornhole for about 2 hours. We drank some
Was
water.
was that the game where your tent flew off the garage
No.
and you thought someone stole it?
Speaking of, I feel like we should rank the worst Florida games because when I got back from that, I told someone to kill themselves walking out of the stadium. I was not in a good way, and when I got up that elevator and saw my tent gone,
we called you
That
police, and then we just looked
I
over the
called the
edge and saw it.
and then finally, over the edge, ass over tea kettle.
Oh, it's funny.
It wasn't fun. I didn't make it fun for anyone. I'm really sorry about that still.
It was
2014, Chris.
That was 2014, 10-9. I would say number
That's
2.
And then Trayon
I would say
Harris,
that's a pretty underrated.
Trayon
bad
Harris
Florida game.
comes in, leads them to the victory, and immediately goes and gets a sexual assault charge the next morning.
I have that checkerboard picture hanging up right there.
I still don't know
10-9
why you
game.
thought that.
That's about all we do.
No, because it's the first checkerboard game.
Facebook checkerboard events or whatever. All right, let's get on to the wrap up here. Kyle, you're about to yawn. Look like you're griping about something. What you griping about this week?
I don't have a lot of gripes except for we're University of Tennessee fans, and we should always think that we're beating Florida no matter if we have a chance or not. So my gripe is directed towards Chris because he won't climb the mountain with us, because he should get his hiking gear out and he should climb out, not because we're going to actually climb the mountain, but it's fun talking about it. It's fun talking because we talked about it preseason, Chris. We were like, where Florida's landing with the Alabama game, and then we're coming up, and
I feel like last week
that's my gripe.
I feel like last week you were in on us beating Florida, Chris. What happened?
Yes.
Yeah, Chris was the one who told us to climb the mountain.
Yes.
Right. That's my gripe.
Pitt lost to Western Michigan.
Because we wore them
So,
out.
what does that do with Florida?
If Milton didn't get hurt, we win this game by 4 touchdowns.
It was their letdown game after playing us.
Yeah, we're a good team. Say it,
Okay.
Chris.
Hey,
What
It's
is
just
going
fun,
to do
Chris.
this week?
It's just fun to think about climbing the mountain.
We're
All
going
right.
to win 33-30.
No. Caleb,
Okay.
what you griping about?
Oh, I don't have any super big gripes this week.
No movers?
But I'm over the movers. Pests are really kind of driving me a little nuts lately. We have tons of spiders at our house, and now we have ants and just all kinds of little creepy crawlies all over the house. My hair stands up in my arms at random times. I just think things are crawling on me. So that's really unpleasant.
Where do you think they're coming from?
They're coming from outside, Matt. They're coming inside from outside.
Yeah, but how are they getting in?
I don't know. They're going through little cracks in the walls or the doors or something. I don't know. I got the pest guy coming next week to spray some deadly chemicals for them.
Well,
Make sure you get Millie out.
yeah. Chris, what you got?
Gripes. Truly have none. Mountains.
Mountains?
Don't-
Okay.
Yeah. Don't feel like them.
Well, I guess I got a couple gripes this week. My legs still hurt from my fall last week. Hurts to stand up, sit down. So yes, I also hate mountains in that aspect. But you know what? A couple more gripes. Folks, look at your 2018 to 2020 quarters. Look for that W Mint mark. You got some money in your hands. If you don't want them, send them to me. I don't have a P.O. box, but we'll get one soon. Discord and OBS. Why can't we be friends? Why do I have to check every setting every single week to make sure that this shit works properly. Excuse my language, but
Matt, to be fair, I told you to check your OBS settings before we started.
I did. And it's the same setting it is now. I don't know why it wouldn't record you all, but all right. Last week at Discord, mark my words, it's over. Rest in peace.
I am looking forward to seeing if we can find something better.
Yeah, we'll definitely find something. All right, Florida Hater Week. Screw the Gators. Go Vols.
We win.
All right.
Go Big Orange.
By the
Go
end,
Big
we were
Orange.
able to convince everyone that we win.
Somehow. I don't know. Somehow.
Now I'm
Easy
skeptical.
path to victory. Easy.
Oh, man. I don't know.
Throw the ball, complete the passes, contain their running game. You win the game. Minimize your turnovers and penalties.
Easy things to do. All right, thank you, folks. Next week, guaranteed 100%, no issues because Discord will be long gone. But we love you. Go Vols. Screw the Gators, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.